I'm pretty sure Joe Rogan has been to a bunch of cookouts. All right, what's going on, people? You have just joined The Abomination. I appreciate y'all coming through. It seems like you're interested, or you might have heard that recently Joe Rogan has said the N-word. What's the N-word, you may ask? I'll tell you what the N-word is. Nigga. The word that black people just throw around so easily and most of y'all really don't have an issue with. Now, me personally, I believe in free speech. I believe that should be across the board. And with that becomes responsibility, yes. But nonetheless, when you limit what a person can and cannot say, that line can easily be blurred and favored in most cases. And, you know, so it won't be for the betterment of all. So let's not even give it any power whatsoever. Compilation video piece made against Joe Rogan, it showed him saying nigger, and his conversation with where he makes this Planet of the Apes reference to black people, which on the surface, I can see how some of y'all might find it terrible. But the thing is, any good comedian would have made that same joke. I've made that joke when I've seen a bunch of black people in a circle around somebody fighting, and instead of stopping, they film. Same video, Joe Rogan said that he had the most amazing time, great people that respected him and received his attention or received him being there. They was hyped to see him, you know, be in their environment and trying to figure out where did they know him from. Actually listening to Joe Rogan speak, which I have, I believe that I was fortunate to grow up in a time where freedom of speech was actually exercised. So watching Joe Rogan's podcast, I've seen, while they were on YouTube, I've seen a whole lot of episodes, which is hours and hours of just podcasts, just conversations that he's had from people, from Steven Ranella, Jordan B. Peterson, Snoop Dogg, so many other people. The list goes on and on and on. And a lot of times he had people on multiple times. And it's just nice to hear people have conversation and just pitch ideas and kind of figure out how the rest of the world think or how people think. Especially Joe Rogan, since he seems to be so in tune or understanding of the common man, common folk. So just seeing him and everything that he's been about with the martial arts. Being a stand-up comedian, seeing him on Hunts with Steven Ranella.
This is one hat that I got, man, but I got a really cool one. And it had a face mask attached to it, and they didn't put it in the bag.
Really? Yeah, that's kind of that's almost like a little too left wing for hunting. It'll work though, man.
Too left wing? It's comfortable. Let me see. Yeah, I look like I could go vegan on you.
Yeah.
Seeing him have conversations with so many black people, admitting that so many black people are great friends of his, Dave Chappelle most definitely, Israel, the style bender.
And Dana, I had a question for you around Joe Rogan. There's been a lot of controversy with him.
First off, let me take this one. Hold up. I'm black. I can take this one. Look.
Okay. What were...
No. There's a lot of cunts in this game. There's a lot of snakes in this game. I've been in this fight game since 2008. And Joe Rogan is one of the nicest, coolest, humble motherfuckers I've had the pleasure of working with. Understand that. And you know, it's just, fuck the noise, man. You know what they're trying to do. You can't control the man, and he's got the biggest platform in the world right now. So that's my nigga, Joe Rogan. Fuck the noise.
You know what I'm saying? Coming out talking about Joe Rogan his nigga, because he is, because you can just tell when a person is genuine, when they're a real human, and you just believe that that translates over into real life. So black people, to be comfortable with yourselves and in tune with yourself, with your star player, words like that wouldn't affect you, especially when a person is using them in context or discussing how to use them. The word itself, should or should it not be used? What are the rules for this word? Why is the only word like it? And let's be honest, a lot of white people already say it themselves. It's just weird that they have to be this certain way out in the open for fear of being like chastised or something. yet black people can just throw it around, and you know, especially having it in music, it mostly comes from that audience. Who are you to take your lyric away from them? They're kind of paying for it, or they're kind of supporting it, which is exactly what these extreme super liberals are doing, and being empathetic for black people, and the word nigger being used. Why is a white man speaking on my behalf? And why are you praising a white man that does? And at the same time, black people coming out with a documentary called Everything's Gonna Be All White. Y'all done let these white folks take y'all, put y'all on camera sitting there complaining about how they're so terrible and America is so garbage for what it does to you, while you're rich and famous complaining about the very people that oppress you, living in their world. It's weird to me. What are you really crying about? You're winning. You're sitting on a pedestal and you're crying, talking about how bad it is to the people down below. It's like when a rapper starts out talking about how hard he gotta grind to get to where he at, and as soon as he blow up, now all he talking about is how broke niggas can't get like him and how he taking their bitches. I would think that we were mature enough as a society to be able to have a conversation about it, where it really sounds like when teachers are teaching sex ed and then they show a genital on the screen and kids start laughing. It's like, why we talking about nonsense? And most black people that actually associate with white people have said and verbalized, that's my nigga, if they really mess with them that way. What these government officials are doing to the black, it's like the villain in like movies or comic books or something. The villain is slowly stroking its creature like a cat or some shit, trying to rile them up, while they talking about how the heroes completely intruding on their plan and is the villain in their story. So black people, y'all are that animal, and the government is just stroking y'all and telling y'all to be mad at somebody, because they know a lot of y'all ain't gonna be smart enough to go and actually listen to the man speak. It's too long. Y'all ain't trying to hear a nigga talk for that long. But the thing is, you get to hear different perspectives, and you get to, you know, figure out how your thoughts kind of align, things you disagree on, why y'all disagree, conclusions that a lot of people have come up with, instead of just listening to quick garbage that's fed into your ear. And also with freedom of speech comes actual liberty, to be able to say what you want and do what you want, as long as it doesn't infringe upon the rights of others. And if it does, you know what I'm saying, what does it look like, and with reasonable consequence? But mainstream media is trying to deplatform this man, or get enough people angry at him to where anyone associated with him are demons from the underworld here to bring about an evil white apocalypse upon us all. This man's podcast reaches a whole lot of people. They hate that, but a whole lot of people love it, and they see the authenticity in it. And that is what we need to do in life. See the authenticity in people. I'm not saying look past skin color or don't see that, because we see it, it's obvious. That's what makes us special. That's what makes us appreciated, what we can share experiences and how we differ, and hearing how we got whoopings in the different ways from the different cultures, from a switch to a sandal to a belt, or to what like different foods that y'all eat, where, you know, how y'all celebrate different holidays, or how y'all get together as a family, if people still do that. You should acknowledge those differences, but respect people, respect people's choices. I said respect, and that goes both ways. And this is one of the reasons why other cultures, other races as a whole don't take us seriously, because we sit here crying about this type of shit, but then ain't really policing our own communities or speaking on things going on, or addressing real issues. You know, do not look at the splinter in your brother's eye without looking at the log in yours. I'm pretty sure it goes something like that. Or don't throw stones from a glass house. I understand we can be emotional about some things, but showing your true humanity, your true spirituality, what sets you apart from animals, is being able to say, I would not aggress upon that person. I would not cause a consequence to that person. Especially if it's only something that they say, not exactly something that they do. Which you could argue, he makes comedy with black people. So he's made a lot of black people laugh, instilling a lot of joy in black people. He's highlighted or spotlighted a lot of black people on this podcast, while a bunch of white people are scratching for that opportunity. Or being an MMA fighter and contributing to the tutelage or mentorship to other fighters. black ones, as we've already established with the style bender. Long story short, stop bitching. It's more important shit to be worried about. Man, anybody honest with themselves, me especially, would tell you, if I was working out with Joe Rogan and he was spotting me, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing some, you know what I'm saying? I'm bench pressing and I'm trying to hit about 25 of them things, and then I'm at 23, and then I'm struggling on 24, and then I'm like sitting right here thinking about it at 25, and he'd be like, come on, come on, come on. When I push through, I'll push through, and I get that 25th the rep in, and you know what I'm saying? And I lean up, and Joe Rogan, we both give each other high fives, and he say, my nigga. I'ma wanna hear that. That's what I wanna hear. And that's how I'm gonna know our relationship real. Cause at that moment, it ain't about color, it's about respect and admiration for another human being. And them going through one of the challenges that we all are gonna face at some point. All right, cool, go ahead and leave me a like on that video if you was feeling what I was saying, or leave me a dislike if you was like, fuck what he talking about, his opinion is garbage. And if you really wanna get it out, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Tell me how you really feeling. Be as heinous as YouTube will allow you. And subscribe to the channel.
So I'm not sure I get you.
Give me a real fight. Come on.
You all right, boy?
Any of you guys read that chapter in The Art of War about misdirection?